I am here with Mr. Hayes, former NFL player, now teacher at Muncie, Northside. Mr. Hayes, thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview with me. I'm looking forward to learning more about you and your life. To get started, how much of your childhood did you live in Muncie?
I was born and raised in Muncie, so from the crib to when I graduated from Muncie Southside High School and went off to college at Central State.
Nice. What got you into sports?
I grew up on the south side of town on 9th Street, right across from Heakin Park. So my front yard was basically Heakin Park. So I played basketball, football, baseball, you name it. If kids were in the park, I would run out the front door and I'll be in the park with them.
That would be a childhood dream.
It was.
What did you study and where did you go to college?
I went to the Central State University, historically black university in Wilberforce, Ohio, and I was a history major. So I had a very good history teacher, Mr. Seiler, in high school, and I had an interest in history, so I pursued that.
Nice. How did you get into the NFL?
Basically, at Central State, we were very successful. We won a national championship. We played all over the country, and I was just scouted by the NFL, and they thought I had the ability to play, and I received an opportunity, and I took advantage of it.
Nice. What motivated you to play in the NFL?
Basically, the challenge. It's less than 1% of the people in the world that will ever play in the NFL, so to be, a part of that, and just it wasn't a lifetime dream for me, but if you have the opportunity to obtain something, I believe you need to give it your all and try to obtain it.
All right, so I believe you played for the Carolina Panthers, seeing from that helmet.
Yes.
What was one of your favorite memories while you were in the Carolina Panthers?
Yeah. Well, I actually played for the Carolina Panthers and the Indianapolis Colts, so we don't want to leave out the home team. Yeah. But I claimed the Panthers more than the Colts because that was the first team I was with, and I stayed the longest. Probably the fondest memory is playing Green Bay in the NFC Championship game. We were one game away from the Super Bowl. It was the historic Lambeau Field, the snow, the cold, playing against Brett Favre. We came up a little short, but that was probably the best.
Nice. How did you come back to Indiana to play for the Colts?
Basically, Bill Polian, who was the president of Carolina Panthers, took the job in Indianapolis Colts, and basically was like, Brandon, pack your bags, I'm taking you home. So he brought me back here to Indiana, to play for the Colts.
Yeah, nice to always have the home team. What ended your NFL career?
Basically the injuries, the frustration. I felt like I was ready to just move on with my life. Hindsight 2020. I probably should have tried to play, a few more years, but I was just frustrated and ready to move on.
How did you overcome those injuries?
Just a lot of rehab.
Yeah.
A lot of rehab.
What was the feeling like when you knew that you might not be able to ever play football again?
At the time, because it was so fresh and new, I really didn't worry about it. I really didn't think about it. But, as time goes on, I look back and wish, I probably should have played a little longer, try to, tough it out. And, you never know, how things will turn. But, everything happens for a reason.
What was life like after the NFL?
After the NFL, it was, I went back to college. I had left college early to go play in the NFL. I had promised my mother that, I would go back and get my degree when I finished playing. So, I couldn't break my promise to my mother.
Yeah.
And it was weird. It was, it was the new normal.
Yeah. What brought you back to Muncie?
My mother passed away 3 years ago, unexpectedly. So it was just too difficult managing two households in two different states. I wanted a fresh start, a change in careers. While I was in Dayton, Ohio, I obtained my master's in education, so I wanted to teach and coach somewhere. And, you know, like my mother always does, she just opened another door, an opportunity for me to, you know, come back home and teach and coach. So that's what I did.
How has Muncie influenced your life?
Muncie has been everything to me. Growing up, the experiences, the people I met, like I said, growing up across from the park, you know, it just shaped me and gave me opportunities that, you know, if you would have told me I would have done some of the stuff in my life that I've done so far, I wouldn't have believed it. So,
yeah. Can you tell me about someone who has had a positive impact in your NFL career and or your life?
Well, my mother for sure. She raised me single parent, so she was my rock. She did all that. I say football. It was probably my college coach, Coach Billy Joe. He played in the NFL, and you know he went on to do a lot of great things. And I still remember some of the pep talks he gave us on the football field. So.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for your fellow Northside students?
Yeah, I believe that you should always dream big, chase your dream, but always have a backup plan in case that dream doesn't come through. But just keep your options open. Life is tricky. It's a lot of turns. You never know where life is going to take you, and you never know what door might be open. So just keep your options open.
Thank you so much. That was so wonderful about getting to hear more about your life. And thank you again so much for doing this.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I finally made it on Titan TV. You did a great job. Now, when is this going to air? I'll pub it up. I want it to be the highest rated.